how's it going, guys? Welcome back to News for the Sound, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. And today I got some news to share. And I'm sorry that I have this really stupid grin on my face, but I just couldn't help but laugh and smile throughout these news that just dropped. It's not really surprising news, but I really got to talk about it because I feel like a lot of you who have been subscribed to me for quite a while know my relationship between me and this piece of crap that's actually laying on my desk right here. Disrespectfully so, okay? Now, this game is not just bad, and it's not objectively bad. It is horrific. This is actually trash in the form of a rectangular blue case with the cover of one of the world's most popular IP ever. And this game is officially dead. Like, it is done, completely done. The team behind Marvel's Avengers, Crystal Dynamics, is going to cease operations about for the Avengers moving forward. And I'm here to talk about it, starting off with this tweet here that caught my attention, which I happen to like and also retweet as well, along with some other people actually who supported this game. And I was like, dude, you totally lost. But this game is officially dead. It is a trash dumpster fire. It is bad. This game sucks. But anyways, I clicked on the article here that took me to the website talking about the demise and the end of this game and how they're going to be ceasing everything moving forward. And I think official sales of the Avengers, at least digital sales, will end officially in September of this year. So you got about a good full 8 months away if you're interested in buying the actual physical copy. I'm sorry, I can't say that seriously. If you're interested in buying the physical copy of this game, you got a full 8 months away. I don't know why you would even want to do that when you can probably get the game practically for free nowadays. The game's not even worth $60. It's probably like $10 or something like that, or even less, if anything like that. I don't think it should even have a price tag because this game is horrific. The only benefactor, I think the only benefit that you get from this game is the actual combat, with the exception of about a couple of characters like the Hulk and Captain America, where the Hulk feels incredibly sluggish, slow, and weak, and Captain America as well. And then the other characters like Black Panther and perhaps Iron Man and everything like that, and Black Widow, even Black Widow, they're fun to play as when it comes to combat. So anyways, let's go ahead and read the article here. Now, this is the final update of the future of the Marvel's Avengers. This is from avengers.crystalled.com. And I've actually highlighted some points here that I thought was important. Yellow being the least, and of course, blue being more important, purple being the key important stuff to consider, and of course, red being more important as well. So they're highlighted in different colors just so you know where I'm coming from here when it comes to this. So to our amazing community, after 2.5 years of introducing 12 of Earth's mightiest heroes following update 2.8 March 31st, 2023, we will no longer add a new content or features to Marvel's Avengers. All official support for the game will end on September 30th, 2023. Even after official support ceases on September 30th, 2023, both single and multiplayer gameplay will continue to be available. And update 2.7, which added the Winter Soldier hero and Cloning Lab Omega level threat, is the last new content to be added to the game. No new cosmetics are coming to the marketplace, and all final balance updates will occur in update 2.8 in March. Along with the end of development, we'll be turning off cosmetic marketplace. Now, here comes the most important part, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, actually one of the most important parts. Something to take into consideration, something to think about after I'm done reading the sentence right over here. So when update 2.8 launches on March 31st, 2023, credits will no longer be purchasable, and all remaining credit balance will be converted into in-game resources to aid ongoing adventures. Here's a table with resources that will be granted based on the existing credit balances. Now, this is one of the most important things, is because if you've spent any dollar amount on this game just to get cosmetics and everything like that, you are screwed. You've wasted a lot of money. And you should have known from the beginning. The telltale signs were there from the very beginning when you bought this game, and you realized that there was actual in-game purchases on top of the $60 that you have to spend to buy this piece of shit. So anyways, moving forward, as show of our appreciation for our community, starting March 31st, 2023, we will make all the game's marketplace, challenge cards, and shipment cosmetic content available to all players for free. You see what I'm talking about? All the stuff that you had to work for, the countless amounts of hours, if you spent any, in grinding, in playing, the pointless hunts for treasure, the amount of spending you had to spend just to get some cosmetics, it's all going to be for free for you guys at the end of it all. It was all that work, all that played, all that amount of time wasted. Dude, every single outfit, takedown, emote, and nameplate from the marketplace. Challenge cards and shipments will be free for all players from this date onwards if you don't own a copy of the game. Oh my god, dude. Getting the full library of marketplace cosmetic content is a way to thank our community by letting everyone experience the breadth and depth of the content in Marvel's Avengers. We know this is a disappointing news as everyone in our community has such a connection to these characters and their stories. We're so grateful that you came on this adventure with us. Your excitement for Marvel's Avengers, from your epic photo mode shots to your threads theorizing our next heroes would be, to your Twitch streams, has played a large part in balancing and bringing this game to life. We hope you continue to play and enjoy Marvel's Avengers. We can't thank you enough for the support and for being part of our super team. Yeah, okay, way to soften the blow right there by coming across as grateful and thankful, really, when hardly anybody played the games. I mean, like the numbers were there when it came to gameplay. There were literally less than like about 800 players online playing this game in the entire world. Those are horrible numbers. But then again, I guess you want to be professional and you want to come across as nice and grateful by saying, hey, we're still grateful that you got to play the game. This team put so much scumminess into this by implementing like microtransactions, worthless and pathetic upgrades and cosmetics, when, you know, they could have easily made a game something like Marvel Spider-Man. And I'm sorry that I'm praising it too much, but hey, my channel's based around that. But I'm talking about this because it's the Avengers, for God's sakes. Marvel Spider-Man had no issues when it came to microtransactions or cosmetics or anything like that. You know why? Because you didn't have to spend real world money for that. All you had to do was simply play the game, and eventually you unlock those things, such as new cosmetics, new gadgets, and so on and so forth. I don't know why Marvel's Avengers couldn't be that way. You know what it is that they really needed? They probably already had an idea that since this game is only $60, and they probably already knew that this game wasn't really going to do that well, due to the fact that there's actually a lack of content in this. There's the missions are quite repetitive. All you do is just beat a lot of enemies in the game, and that's it. You beat a lot of enemies in each territory just to end the mission, just to get to the end of your mission. That's all you do. It's just a beat 'em up kind of game, and it's worthless. It's not open world. All you do is spend some time in a hub. You decide what missions you want to take, and it's so random. And in fact, the menus are confusing. The story's kind of confusing. I personally beat the game. I could really care less as to what I've accomplished, what I've collected in the game. Everything was just completely worthless. It was a waste of my time, and I really hated this game. Moving forward. Now, this is actually an article here that I have pulled up from exputer.com. And this actually expands upon some of the context in this game as to why, development has been ceased, adding more content has been ceased. So we're going to go ahead and get into that. I've actually had a few highlight points right here that I really want to discuss. So before I get to the article, I want to read some of the story highlights here. So Avengers lead developer Brian Wagner has parted ways with Crystal Dynamics, and you'll actually find out in just a sec as to why. Sources say that the announcement of Marvel's Avengers is imminent, and the end is imminent. So people already had an idea that the end of the Avengers was already imminent because of the signs that were clearly there. The writing was on the wall, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, every time we actually go online, let's face it, you go on Twitter, you see nothing but like buggy things being reported about Marvel's Avengers. Non-exciting releases and updates are coming to the Avengers. And I actually gave up playing this game over a year ago. It's got to be 2 years ago. This game came out in 2020, I believe. So no additional content, characters, missions will be released. And Avengers exit strategy includes an upheaval of in-game systems, time gating, microtransactions, etc. The long-awaited traversal update will be Avengers Last. So, moving on with the article, Marvel's Avengers has never had a particularly easy time in the press. Quite an understatement. The ill-fated licensed looter from the Tomb Raider developer Crystal Dynamics has seen headlines ranging from Marvel's Avengers no longer has a roadmap coming to Marvel's Avengers update leaks your IP address. You guys remember that? I actually almost entirely forgot about that, really. But yeah, nothing but bad luck has been coming its way. So since launching back in September of 2020, the strength of Marvel brand did little to turn the tides to Avengers for favor, and criticism that arose during the title's closed beta continued on throughout its lifespan, namely a lack of content and overabundance of game-breaking bugs, and community left feeling abandoned by the developers' sparse communications. This all came to the head in a report here at Exputer last December that revealed the end was in sight and that preparations were being made to sunset the title in 2023. Since then, it would seem the situation has evolved. Now we're going to get into the juicy part of it. Brian Wagner's departure. Source tells me that while plans to end support for Marvel's Avengers did initially stretch the back half of 2023, these have quickened following the recent departure of lead developer Brian Wagner. Crystal Dynamics issued a public dressing down to Wagner for a series of unearthed racist tweets this past November. He will no longer be a studio spokesperson or communicating about studio projects. The apparent muzzling lasted until late last week when Wagner removed all mentions of Avengers from his social media profiles and unfollowed the game's official accounts. So sources say that Wagner was indeed let go and that he will not be replaced on the increasingly small team of developers who are still working on the Avengers, with most already doing double duty on one of the studio's other projects. The remaining talents are expected to be moved on to full-time to Crystal Dynamics' new Tomb Raider title under Amazon Games, which I am told is well into full-scale development and the subject of mounting pressure in the lead-up to reveal later this year. And how it ends. According to the sources at Crystal Dynamics, the announcement of Avengers is ceasing development could come as early as next week. Their exit strategy includes a series of changes to the game's visuals, various systems, namely a removal of artificial time gating and overall to the available cosmetic microtransactions. And it's a real shame. I mean, you cannot say that you saw this coming. Like, you didn't see this coming, excuse me. You can't say that because the signs were all there. It was clearly there. Like, this game is a dead game. You know, with very small numbers of people playing this game online, to the buggy stuff that we experienced, to, you know, just people overall giving it a bad review, the signs were all there clearly. This game is horrible. It is garbage. Okay? It sucks. I am also told that the game will remain available for digital sale until at least September, and the efforts are being made to keep the game playable for existing owners as long as possible. Outside of these changes and any subsequent bug fixes, the final regularly scheduled update is an upgrade to the player traversal. Sources tell me that this should bring the entire roster's mobility in line with most recent addition, resolving the long-standing complaint that heroes like Captain America and Hulk feel sluggish when compared to the game's other playable characters. And that's true. That's actually kind of a point that I made at the very beginning of this video. And you've seen it in my live streams too. For those of you who tuned into my Avengers live streams when the game first came out, the Hulk felt really sluggish, slow, and weak. Very weak. It's the Hulk. That dude is supposed to be powerful. He shouldn't be able to go down in like 6-7 hits from just a regular thug or a gunman or whatever from aim, or a robot, that is. He should be able to tear them apart easily. So goodbye, Avengers. Goodbye, JoJo. Sorry. And if anybody's a JoJo Bizarre's Adventure fan or anime fan in general, you probably get the reference. So Marvel's Avengers enjoyed a modest but active fan base that kept the struggling live service afloat through its innumerable controversies. Podcasts, wikis, Discord servers, and subreddits sprung to life and remained active even as players' counts dipped and the game's competitors came and went. Way to go to actually soften that blow right there. It's like saying I have a respectable 4-inch, but it really gets the job done and it really pleases the ladies, if you know what I'm saying. Anyways, current and former developers I spoke with sang the praises of their co-workers and consistently described a fountain of potential kneecapped by inept studio management and Marvel Games bureaucracy. To them and the games community, Avengers meant a lot. I'll remember it fondly. I won't remember it fondly. I'll remember the thing that gave me actual chronic back pain. So anyways, that's all I got for you today. What are your thoughts about the Avengers ceasing operations moving forward? Honestly, I'm not surprised. The moment I saw it, I actually immediately pictured Mudahar's laugh in the back of my head, which is the clip that you saw at the very beginning. You ever watch Some Ordinary Gamers? I'm a huge fan of him. Mudahar is so funny. I had to include that clip at the very beginning, and I actually even busted out laughing myself. That I went as far as to like actually quote tweet that announcement with a gif of Mudahar laughing hysterically. This is what you get when you don't appease to the fans and to the audience. You just go ahead and do whatever you want and pull this scummy move by including microtransactions and including transactions that require you to pay for cosmetics and minor upgrades that are just pointless at this point. Like if you ever play this game, the upgrades that you give to your characters aren't really noticeable. It's like it's a total scam. It's a real scam. That's what this game is. It's a scam. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so you all don't miss anything. And as always, I will see you all in the next comic panel.
That's the third time I've thrown away that game in 3 years.